Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a slight change in the schedule. After Marcus had wanted Tim to bring in another global perspective, followed up with the perspective from Abhiday, how the Indian industry is responding. But Shri Sinha has to leave for a meeting. I'm going to make a slight change and hand over the dais to Shri Sinha. Sir, you're in the Captain's chair. Marcus just said that, hydrogen is going to be a game changer, infrastructure is going to be a game changer, consumer markets are going to be a game changer, and I think India is poised well to leverage all three of these. How are you seeing it how are you planning to take the industry to the next level? Over to you, sir.
Good morning, colleagues on the dais who have given us a brilliant perspective of the sector, and I don't think I can in any way have the depth of what Marcus has provided. But let me try to perspective from the side of the ministry. So first of all, let me thank and also congratulate ISSDA, who has organized this Made in India Stainless Steel Expo, and this is a 3-day event and has large number of semi-events as well as a lot of exhibitors. I was told about 80 or so catering to different sectors, and also I was told that many user associations and industries are also participating. There are 3 CEO roundtables. So I think it's a very comprehensive kind of conference which will bring everyone together and would lead to a lot of exchange of information on this sector, the possibilities, the potential, the issues, and how do as industry together they could resolve and probably make a better case for themselves. There are factors which everyone knows. The fact that the stainless steel industry in India is growing at a fast clip as compared to world over is a fact which needs celebration. I think the way the economy is growing, the way there is more emphasis on infrastructure development, both from the government side, and it has, for last few years, it has been an infrastructure-led growth. But we see a lot of private sector companies also joining development of infrastructure and facilities, and we see a lot of potential for growth of stainless steel in times to come. We currently stand at about 2.8 kgs or so per capita, and going forward we will enhance it further. So in terms of demand, as the ISSDA believes and has done computations, we should be reaching about 6.8 million tons capacity by 2030, and by 2047 on completion of 100 years of Indian independence, we should be standing somewhere at around 20 million tons of capacity. It's also a time to celebrate when Jindal Stainless stands at 9th in terms of volume of production being done worldwide. So we are an important industry, and this industry is going to grow further. What is more important to understand, as was mentioned by Marcus, is that going forward this industry is going to get a greater share of different applications, as well as garner new applications in terms of the newer kind of applications. For example, green hydrogen he mentioned, he also mentioned about heat exchangers, etc. So these are and we all are aware that as we go forward, the solar energy applications are going to come, etc. So a large number of new sector applications are going to come. But we also need to recognize the fact that as we go forward, the share of the applications coming from the architecture, building, construction, automotive, railways, transport, process industries are also going to increase further, considering the fact that these industries didn't have as much prominent a role as others and in other countries in the past. So these applications are going to take center stage, and as per the ISSDA's own projections in this regard, we find we are told that in times to come, the proportion of the architecture, building, construction is going to go up from 19% to 22%. In terms of consumer goods, the proportions as compared to developed world and maybe Europe going to come down from 44 to 40%, so not as much as others, and process 27% or so by 2030. But let's also keep in mind that these numbers are at a higher base. So these numbers are, let's say, when you are taking them with reference to the production at that point in time. A usual question is, what is it that the government is doing in this regard? One is that there were many sectors and many applications in which the PLI-1, Production Linked Incentive Scheme 1, invited applications. Our understanding is that the stainless steel sector didn't participate as enthusiastically as others have. But I hope when we formulate and our proposal gains approval of the government as second tranche of the production linked incentive schemes, we should see a greater participation of the stainless steel manufacturers, processors, etc. We have also included stainless steel grades which were not part of the Indian standards in those BIS standards. For example, I'm told that low nickel grades have been validated and included in the stainless steel grade. So this is one area where we are working with the industry to ensure that the quality of the stainless steel products are as good as they could be, and substandards products do not flood and crowd out the genuine good quality producers. So that is one area which the Indian government is clearly focused, and we will be working towards them. There is a steel scrap recycling policy, and in terms of the stainless steel being recyclable, and this industry depending to a very large extent on the scrap recycling route, it's a policy which is facilitating this. But let's also be cognizant of the fact that the stainless steel applications in this country is not of that vintage, and therefore the scrap can only come from outside to a very large extent. And to the extent that there is scrap, that restrictions on the scrap trade, it's going to affect availability, and we have to work a way around towards availability of scrap for the manufacturing and melting of the stainless by our stainless steel producers. Indian government has also included life cycle assessment approach in its procurements. Our procurements are guided by a document called General Financial Rules, which were taken out in 2017, and in one of its rules, it provides for life cycle cost assessment. But having the provision and its applications are two different things, and we shall be working with the CPWD, the state PWDs and the NBCCs towards this, so that they also include life cycle cost assessment approach into their own production. I did ask my colleagues to do some research in this regard, and he told me that if the stainless steel price is about 3.3 times or less of the mild carbon steel, then the structures, particularly the bridges built out of that, are life cycle cost-wise cheaper and more and competitive as compared to the structures built out of the mild carbon steel. So I think the idea of mentioning this point was to tell the industry that you need to develop linkages with the academia, economists, to bring out these facets in different areas of the industry, different areas of applications. And I was quite happy to learn when prior to this session, Abhyuda told me that even the poultry producers are looking at the using stainless steel for their own equipments and structures, etc. So the idea being that you need to reach out to different industries, users, and tell them how it is safer, sustainable, environment friendly, beneficial for their application, and the fact that the implants made out of the stainless steel could be used within the body is itself a kind of a huge statement about the safety of the stainless steel. I would also like to mention to the audience here, the esteemed audience here, that Ministry of Road Transport and Highways have prescribed that within 15 kilometers of the sea coast or creek, the use of stainless steel for the purposes of reinforcement has been made mandatory in 2021. We also need to study these things further. In terms of the duties, the government has also been taking a very pragmatic approach. We have a zero, the basic custom duty on the scraps, about 2.5% on the ferronickel, and in terms of flats that come to us is about 7.5%, but that is to ensure and encourage more production in the country. We have centers of excellence established in 4 IITs, Chennai, Mumbai, BHU at Varanasi, and Kharagpur. But I think going forward, we should look at a center of excellence which is exclusively devoted towards the stainless steel sector applications and its processing, etc. Because when you have a department or center of excellence which are looking at steel, there are many other areas which also command its attention. But for this sector, we need more of academia, industry linkage, more of knowledge generation about its potential, its its environment friendliness, its sustainability, and as more and more you reach out to the users, to the governments, the extent of application of the stainless steel would certainly grow. There is one more area which I wish to emphasize, and this is on knowledge that the ISSDA, the Jindal Stainless, have been reaching out to the users as well as the skill development institutions and academic institutions. I wish to also request them that architectural institutions be also be included in your outreach, because it is the architects who will play a major role in users turning to the more and more usage of the stainless steel, not only in area of plumbing but also in terms of decorative and other applications in the construction of houses and other structures. One area which I certainly need to commend the Indian industry is the area of the their involvement in the construction of the metro coaches. I've been told that the quality of Indian metro coaches that you see in Delhi and in many other places is world class, and their class has enabled new markets to the Indian manufacturers, and Australia and many other countries are now looking towards Indian industry for their own application in this area. I could go on and on, but the fact remains that the Ministry of Steel is a ministry which works hand in hand with the Indian industry, and stainless steel industry is a major part of the Indian steel industry, and we have been reaching out and we will continue to reach out and be responsive to your concerns and needs to the extent this can be done within the government framework. So consider us as your friends, and we will work together to ensure that this industry grows in future. The users are sensitized towards the benefits that the industries and the applications could themselves derive from more and more use of stainless steel. We should and we would work together in the areas of skill development and the research areas and the application areas to demonstrate them. And lastly, I would like to conclude that the Government of India is also working with the industry for a branding initiative. So Made in India brand by the Indian manufacturers is something we are working towards, and soon we should be able to conclude the developmental phase. And once that happens, then even now you are assured of the quality from the Indian manufacturers, but the company's label and the Indian Made in India label taken together would be a benchmark for quality of the stainless steel products. So wish you best of luck, and hopefully by the end of this conference we will have a much greater depth of understanding, greater cohesion among the stainless steel sector, and a more forward-looking agenda for the growth of the nation and development of industry as a strategy to move forward the growth of the Indian developmental activities. So thank you again for inviting me, and wish you best of luck.